As a black game designer yourself, how do you feel the games that you've worked on represent you and your voice?
As a black game designer who has continued to exist and to move to quote unquote move up through the medium, which is a rare and privileged position, which I'm very thankful for, it becomes more and more, how do I put this? It becomes more and more apparent that the way to continue existing is to be seen outside of the bounds of your color.
Mm.
I encounter this a lot as a journalist as well. If you are the journalist who's always the black journalist writing about black games or intersections with race or so on, you can get in through doors that might otherwise be closed because you can be like, hey, I know about this because I've written about this before. Also, I'm black. Please
Right.
let me write about this important topic.
Like the token writer in that sense, yeah.
You will get pigeonholed. It will get hard to address anything outside of that. And when you need to go for a staff position, having an army of black articles and not being the person who was put in a position to cover the latest update on Fortnite, for example,
Mm-hmm.
it takes away your mobility in some regards. So over time, I'd say with my race and even with my faith as a Christian, I have taken significant steps to self-express through worlds that have nothing to do with me.
Mm.
But I've also made a concerted effort over time to be in positions where I can be more than the creator of color or the creator of faith. And it's part of the reason I'm so thankful to have worked on things like Hypnospace Outlaw and Skatebird, games of those scales that have nothing to do with my color. It's just the fact that I do really, really good work and I'm working on yet another wild thing and making it both feasible and extremely good with extremely good teams either behind me or working alongside me. That personally allows me to feel like I have more of a voice to even address topics of race or faith or things that are personally relevant to my identity. Because if I can exist outside of it, then I can express inside of it even more clearly, relatably, and nuancedly. I want to find another last word with Lee, but it's hard to think of one.
Yeah, totally, totally. I mean, yeah, I guess that's like a good, just like life lesson, I guess in general for anyone like looking to just kind of like expand on whatever career path that they go on. Really, is to kind of like show that you're capable of everything right from the get go, and then when/if you do move up, then you can kind of get more into the weeds and almost like kind of show that they obviously you have like a specialization in something, but other people already know that you're capable of everything else.
Yeah, it is good to be. One thing I laser focused on early in my career was to be as broad as possible. So after making some Twine stuff with All Hail the Spider God and Screw You Bear Dad and so on, the next game I worked on was actually a immersive sim take on Buffy the Vampire Slayer called Slayer Shock. I loved playing it. It had nothing to do with my race. I can see in the seeds of making that game themes and ideas and design principles that I still follow today. And it's also just felt real dang good. I got to exist. I got to just be a creator. And it turns out when you have nuanced capability and nuanced perspectives and you speak to something that doesn't seem like that same ability as a parent, it means you can actually bring more depth to material. It creates a sense of faith in your ability to get stuff done. And sometimes that faith is what keeps you going when you're making a video game.